As our world warms and our climate changes, you may have noticed the seasons look a little bit different than they did a few decades ago. ABC News Chief Climate Correspondent Ginger Zee explains.
Longer, hotter summers, shorter, milder winters, earlier spring blooms, and later fall and winter freezes. This is what seasonal shifts can look like. And scientists have been studying these changes for years. According to the EPA, heat wave season is 47 days longer than in 1961. Wildfire season is starting earlier than it did in the 1980s. Spring snowpack has declined since 1955, now peaking at an average of 9 days earlier. And the growing season is 2 weeks longer overall than it was in 1985.
There is some pronounced seasonality in general within the states. That winter, particularly in northern states and particularly Alaska, is warming much faster than summer, on the order of twice as much, and even more so in some states like here in Minnesota.
And more extreme heat days mean more risk to people's health, especially people over 65 and children. Heat kills more people in the U.S. than any other kind of weather. A recent study in the Journal of the American Medical Association showed a 117% increase in heat-related deaths in the last 2.5 decades.
The number of days where you get into heat indexes that are dangerous for human health and for the health of livestock and crops also increase. And that's something that cities and states are having to deal with already, and will need to be thinking about going forward as we project increasing temperatures. That the amount of warming is only dependent on the path we choose as a country and as a global society on how much carbon we continue to emit in coming years and decades.
Shifting seasons also impacts our economy. Businesses that depend on certain seasons, like ski resorts, have been losing money because of the shorter seasons and less snow. And a National Academy of Sciences report found that for every degree of warming, there's the potential for a 5 to 15% decrease in crop yields. While some crops might thrive with a longer growing season, increased temperatures, pests, and pressures on the water supply can change that potential. And this isn't just happening in the U.S. Climate change is impacting communities globally, and curbing its most acute impacts will take worldwide collective action.
Weather and climate in the United States doesn't just originate in our country, and there are these broader hemisphere scale or global connections in how we are seeing the climate change. So we're not just isolated here in the United States.
With this Climate Minute, I'm Ginger Zee.